and it's like, what do you do? I tell dick jokes.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
And occasionally fart jokes.
Fart jokes, yes, yes, and occasionally fart jokes. But
And you know, with fart jokes, timing is everything.
oh yes, yeah,
Because otherwise you shit your pants.
you shit your pants, no doubt.
Subscribe now.
Sometimes, and at this age, you don't know whether to trust that fart joke or not. So
I guess you could say it depends.
it depends.
I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I don't even know what it means, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat.
What's up, guys? New episode of Unloading Meat. I am your host, Jared Ralphie Allen, and today on the show, we have the hilarious comic coming out of Tulsa by the name of Uncle Rico. Rico may be new to the scene here in Tulsa, but he has been honing his craft and working tirelessly. Every mic that he could possibly get his hands on and attend, he is there. You can see him in crowds at all the local shows, studying and just trying to always learn his craft and be a better comedian. And it shows, which is why I really wanted to have him on the podcast today, because I really wanted to rack his brain and kind of just figure out what makes him tick. We talked how he started in comedy, coming to Tulsa in the 80s, being an entrepreneur in the military of all places, and even weird family secrets. So sit back, relax, light them if you got them. It's legal in Oklahoma. And enjoy my conversation with the one and only Uncle Rico.
I believe in marriage.
Is your idol Ric Flair?
Not quite. I think it was a Catholic thing at first, and then it just went on from there.
Yeah.
Some of them weren't that. Like, my first marriage was 9 months, and I was in Germany, and decided to come back to the States.
Yeah.
And she didn't want to come back to the States. I said, okay, bye, bitch.
I'm just glad I was just waiting for the term where like, well, she was Jewish and I was no.
She was Jewish, and I was part German.
Yeah.
No.
Just waiting for the turn.
I know. No,
Part
no.
Zieg in the Heil.
Yeah. No, she was really cool. But yeah, that was a 9-month thing, and then I came back to the States. Ended up getting married again for 6 months, and then for 12 years. And that's when
9 months and 12 years.
Yeah. So then I had two kids. I've got a son and a daughter, and then I'm remarried, and I have a stepson. So we have a blended 2 boys about the same age, and a girl. Now
Nice.
Boys just turned 30 last month.
Congrats.
So yeah. They made it.
Yeah, they made it
You
past.
know?
Hey, you got them past 18.
I know. Once I got them out of the house,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Almost nobody went to jail.
Hey, it happens.
Yes. And of course, it was my daughter. She's the oldest, and she follows in her dad's footsteps. So she joined the military, and then commenced to fucking up a little bit, and
We all do. I mean, at a certain
do.
age, and then we all learn different ways.
different ways.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, she's something else now. She's a teacher, has her own 2 kids.
Nice.
And a good healthy life. My son, he just moved to Spokane, and they're I would say that they were shocked when they found out that Dad was going to start trying comedy.
What age did you start doing comedy?
Honestly, kind of off and on, all through my 20s.
Okay.
I was always a jokester, always doing something. I was always involved in show business in some type of way on the side. I did modeling for a while.
Okay.
Did some acting for a while. Still do that right now. Shoot a commercial here and there.
Nice.
But it's funny, the dichotomy, the difference between my kids' in-laws and then me.
Yeah.
They're very, my son, both parents are doctors and so on and so forth, very traditional. My daughter, pretty much the same thing. And then I come into the fray, and it's like, what do you do? I tell dick jokes.
Yeah.
And it's
And occasionally fart jokes.
Fart jokes, yes, yes, and occasionally fart jokes. But
And you know, with fart jokes, timing is everything.
oh yes, yeah,
Because otherwise, you shit your pants.
you shit your pants, no doubt.
Subscribe now.
Sometimes, and at this age, you don't know whether to trust that fart joke or not. So
I guess you could say it depends.
it depends. Yes. Yes, sir.
I'm unloading the meat. Unloading the meat. I'm unloading the meat.
Hey guys, today's show is sponsored by Neon Green Planet, the second novel from local author and friend of the channel, Blake Dyer. With his new book, A Black Dog, set to release in less than a year, Blake felt it was the perfect time to drop the hardcover copy of his second novel, Neon Green Planet. A crime thriller that feels like American Psycho crossed with Call of Cthulhu, all set in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The story is really unique in that you get to follow two separate characters. You get Stephanie, who's a woman who finds her way to Tulsa on a weekend getaway, but is quickly swept up with this group that kind of show her some unexplainable things and just really some weird, unusual stuff that she just can't ignore. And then you get Private Eye Marcus Grant, who is trying to untangle this mystery surrounding a roaming cult that worships a dangerous, forgotten cosmic god. Each chapter, you learn more and more about how these separate characters' journeys are connected. It's a story packed with conflict, love, desire, space gods waking up, world-eating aliens, and of course, the glowing living deity made of jade called the Neon Green Planet. Guys, Blake Dyer is a Tulsa staple who can usually be found sporting his signature Hawaiian shirt, drink in hand, all around the downtown Tulsa art, music, and culture scene. Blake has always been a great friend to the channel and was one of our earliest guests here on Unloading Meat, and I cannot thank him enough for his support. So with that being said, please do me a huge favor, go buy his book, Neon Green Planet. Links are in the description below. And thanks again, Blake, for sponsoring today's episode. Now back to the show.
I'm unloading the meat. Unloading the meat. I'm unloading the meat.
This is my spinach. I mean, it's green.
Oh, well, I tell you, I went for years. I was in the military, and so no weed, no none, and all that.
Yeah.
Drug testing, so on and so forth. When I got to 2 years left, I said, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
We're going back to the right medication because, with PTSD and that type of stuff, and you go to the VA, they want to give you all these pills.
Yeah.
And after about a year of that, I said, I can't do this anymore. So I actually went to my doctor, who actually happened to be a military doctor, and he said, I'm surprised that it took you this long. And
I'm just picturing like a white lab coat, but with the flag on the outside on the arm.
Yeah, that's about it. And he said, well, have you ever tried marijuana? I said, have I tried?
Is this a test? Am I being tricked?
Are you, where are we going with this?
Am I under oath?
Yes. I was like, yeah, I have. He goes, well, just don't get caught.
Yeah.
And ever since then, it's been great.
I mean, that's kind of me. Like, I didn't start smoking really until it became legalized in Oklahoma. Like, if it was at a party or something like that and somebody's passing around a joint, I would take a hit. You know what I mean? But I never was really in the culture too much.
Oh, yeah.
And then it got legalized, and towards the tail end of like COVID and stuff, I was on antidepressants, anti-anxiety meds, stuff like that. Like, I was on antidepressants for about 7 years.
Oh, wow.
Up until this year. And then about March this year, like, I started just having a lot of side effects and stuff. Like, and I've been on it for so long, and I kind of had this realization that every time I went to my doctor, I was like, hey, I'm having this side effect or it's not working. They'd just be like, well, how about we double the dosage?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, after a while, I'm just kind of numb to the world, not feeling shit.
Yeah.
And so in March, I decided to go cold turkey.
Yeah.
And I cut myself off from everything and just kind of wanted to see what I felt like a new normal. You know what I mean? Feel it without it. And just with weed, I've been great.
Oh, yeah.
I completely different since then. My head's not clogged up and cloudy. Like, just everything kind of settled, and the weed just kind of just made it all normal.
That was kind of my experience too. Like when every time that they would increase the dosage, I found that my creativity would go out the door.
Yeah.
I mean, completely. And I was used to thinking on my feet, taking observations of things, and seeing stuff like I did a bit about driving through the drive-through at the bank, and I noticed Braille.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
Drive-through?
Drive-through ATM, and they got Braille. Okay. I just couldn't. And in my head,
How does the person
how
reach
does
for
the
it?
person reach for it? I mean, I was trying to think of the last time that I was with my blind friend and said, "Hey, man, let's go for a ride." You know, I mean, come on, it just doesn't happen. But yeah, so as I decreased the dosage in all those pharmaceuticals and went more toward the street pharmaceutical area, things start clearing up.
Yeah.
And
I'm still hung up on the Braille. Like, I'm still like,
Yeah.
I'm now thinking, I'm like, maybe it's the reverse reaction. Maybe it's like, what if a blind person's really, really fucked up and out of their way, and they're like, oh, fuck, I'm at an ATM? That's all I thought of.
Yes. Yeah. But those little things that I noticed, you know, they went away. And
Yeah.
now my creativity is coming back. I notice, you know, more and more ridiculous things when I found myself at that time just kind of just there.
Yeah.
You know?
Because it's like, at least in my experience, it kind of grayed out the world. It
Yes.
kind of just like everything's just, like you said, just there. And then when you're off of it, it's like, oh, you see all the colors and all the different, like,
yeah.
just the details in the world.
Details. Yeah, I mean, you listen to conversations differently. I mean, I could sit down and watch an hour of TV while on those and not even remember a thing that went on.
Yeah.
Now I watch TV and a commercial comes on, which, by the way, I'm still trying to figure out these drugs that they're giving for, you know, diabetes and that type of thing. I don't understand why everybody has to dance when they get on it. I mean, I'm just okay.
To show that they didn't get their foot amputated.
Yeah. You were gonna lose a foot last week. Now you're dancing. Okay, all right, that's cool.
Well, it's either that or Wilford Brimley.
Oh, yeah.
What are you gonna
One of
get?
the two.
Diabetes.
So, you got diabetes.
Diabetes. Yeah, it's just it's amazing. And then I found that once I decided that I'd start to come back and try to do comedy, again, it lent itself to opening up my mind even more.
Yeah.
And I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it now. Oh, you were talking earlier. You said you weren't really into the scene that much. I started off when I was like 17 years old. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was in Puerto Rico. I was in high school, and we had this old dude that would come in and sell us joints. And I smoked my first joint.
And he was the principal.
Yeah. Actually, he was our chemistry teacher. But
His name was Walter White.
You're goddamn right.
and I remember just saying, "Ooh, I'm never going to stop doing this.
Yeah.
This is really cool." And then going on through life, when I got to Germany, they didn't sell a lot of weed, but it was hash. And then I figured out that if I would take a train to Amsterdam, buy a whole plate,
Yeah.
cut it, pay for my own weed, and I made a pretty good little profit.
So you're an entrepreneur over there.
I was an entrepreneur. I actually had a couple of side gigs. I did in the military over there. They give you a ration card.
Okay.
And the ration card you take to the commissary, and you're able to get cigarettes, coffee, liquor, porn, those types of things. And you're
I noticed how you didn't list condoms.
no. This was the 80s. Everybody was going raw. So
You're just a big Eddie Murphy fan.
oh
Like,
my God! I tell you what. There were years when I got back from Germany back here to the States that every time somebody knocked on the door, I was like, "Are you gonna? Hi, you don't know me, but I think you knew my mom.
Yeah.
And I that was a big fear of mine. But yeah, I did that, and so I had 2 ration cards, and so I'd get my own rations, and then I would go and fill up the trunk of my car and take it to a German's little guest house, put all my items out on the pool table, and the locals would come in and pay big money for a can of coffee that cost me $5. I could sell it for $20.
Yeah.
So, because it was all American stuff,
Yeah.
American cigarettes and all that. So
They were imports.
yes, and it got to a point though that my business was getting too big, and so I had to step back away from that before I ended up in Fort Leavenworth or someplace like that. So I didn't want to take that trip.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, that's a good way to get out.
Yes, it was.
Before it gets too good.
Before it got too good. I made enough to where when I got back to the States and got out of the Army, I lived for 2 years with no
Nice.
job. So, but I could see the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
I was getting to a point where I was gonna
Have to find a new thing.
Yeah,
soon.
yeah. I was gonna become friends with some people I didn't want to become friends with pretty soon. So.
When did you get to Oklahoma in this area?
I came to Oklahoma in 1989. Yeah, 1989. And truth be told, I didn't realize I was coming to Oklahoma. My wife at the time, or fiance at the time, she was from Tulsa, and I'd never been in this part of the country that much.
Yeah.
And she said Tulsa, and I thought automatically Tucson. And I was like, oh yeah, great golf. Da, da, da. Then I got a ticket to come here, and I went, oh fuck. This is not Tucson.
Tulsa, not Tucson.
Also not Tucson.
That's
So
the name of the episode now.
yeah, so I told her, I said, look, we're gonna be here 2 years, and then I'm moving back to Chicago.
Yeah.
Right,
I
period.
really wanted to golf.
Yeah. And so now I'm, 20 some odd years later, 2 kids or 3 kids and all that. So, I mean, it's a good place to be from.
Yeah.
But, I got here, I was in IT and finished up my school, became a fiber optic engineer, and I worked for Williams in town and designed networks and that type of thing. And then I switched gears and became a pilot.
Nice.
And worked as a flight instructor for a little bit.
Any crazy flight stories? Any pilot stories?
I'll tell the story that made me. I had stopped smoking cigarettes for 7 years. I'm working there.
Except for when you're on the plane, right?
Well, actually, yeah. I mean, I didn't smoke or anything. It'd been 7 years, and I took this young Nigerian girl up, and she dressed very scantily. And then when you're sitting in a small cockpit like that, your eyes wander and so on and so forth. And
Yeah.
and I was like, Jesus, she's got to stop doing this. you
Suddenly
know?
she can see your cockpit.
Yeah,
like-
yeah. All of a sudden, yeah. She was, am I supposed to grab that stick? But we're coming in for a landing, and she's landing, coming in. I'm starting to tell her to flare, pull back. And she does not pull back. And we hit the ground so hard, I thought both the wheels were going to touch the wings. And I immediately got out, walked into the FBO, looked around and said, somebody give me a fucking cigarette right now.
Yeah.
And I've been smoking ever since.
I mean, sometimes it calls for it.
Yes. So, yeah, and I actually bought a pack on the way home. My wife was, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, no. Today
This
was
is called
not the
trauma.
day. Yeah, this is it. And
Like-
yes, no doubt. And then I joined the military again to finish up my career. Ended up going to Afghanistan, doing that type of stuff. We were on our way over to Afghanistan. I talked to the doc. I said, "Hey, I think I want to stop smoking cigarettes." And she goes, "No, you can do that when you get back. Believe me, when you get over there, you're gonna want a cigarette. And I did.
Yeah.
It was quite the little trip. So, yeah. Came back and finished up that career, retired. Figured, hey, I've got retirement now and a disability and don't really have to work. And I was hanging out with my dad in Colorado, always telling jokes and stuff. And just before he was getting ready to pass, he said, hey, I want you to try comedy.
About what year is this? Like,
this was about 2 years ago.
Okay.
And so I actually came back home, studied for a year almost. I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
Still don't know what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
me either.
But learn every time. And went up on stage first time, got some laughs, and there's no feeling like it in the world. And I was just hooked.
It's like the best drug.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
To see the reactions on people's face, and especially when you get a good belly laugh,
Yeah.
it's like, I really got it.
Because it's almost like, if you really break it down, it's like, here's how my mind works, and I'm vulnerable, and then somebody's accepting it.
Yes.
And that is hitting you in real time in front of the whole crowd.
A whole crowd of people.
And the endorphins are kicking in, the adrenaline, everything, it's all happening at once.
It almost, to me, especially if I have a good set, I mean, I'm 30 seconds into it, and I see it.
Yeah.
And I can see it in their face. It's almost like it transforms me into, I step out of my body.
Yeah.
I have literally walked off stage, listening to the laughs, taking high fives, and forgot the entire set.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a blackout almost. Yeah. Like out of body experience.
Yeah. So it's like, what did I just fucking say?
Yeah.
And that's why I write a lot, because to perform is one thing, but when I do have those out of body experiences, then I actually literally have to go back to that script and go, oh.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's why I try to record as much as possible, because if something happens, you never know when like something spontaneously is going to happen and just go off. You're like, how did that work? What was the thing that made that happen? Who was in the crowd? What was it like? What could I do to recreate that?
Yes.
Like, and that's why I like to study my own stuff, even though I can't stand to hear my own voice, even though I have a fucking podcast. Like, subscribe now. Like, like, this is the most masochistic thing I could ever do to myself, is like every week be like, hey, let's sit down and listen to yourself for a couple hours.
Yeah. And there's sometimes that I'll listen to myself back and I hear the laughs, and sometimes I'm like, what the fuck are they laughing about? And then go back and try it again, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. I will say I think we're very lucky to have a really good room to kind of just like be safe and just lay out stuff with Bricktown.
Oh yeah.
Like lately, not that they haven't been before, but like lately I've been really seeing like the vibe, kind of like this culture kind of coming together. Like everybody's being a lot more collaborative and like a lot more just like, I don't want to say it's a safe space, but like people are like just going out there and trying stuff.
Oh yeah.
And like getting feedback and stuff, and it's being a really cool thing there.
I've even noticed, at least in the last 6 months or so, I don't know if it's just getting more popular. I hope it continues to get more popular. I'd love to see more what I would call civilians in the audience.
Non-comics,
Yeah, non-comics. I think what I've seen, anyway, those folks that are non-comics that come out to these open mics, they truly get a pretty good experience, because it's such a cross fabric of different comics, different ways people think, and sometimes I even see bigger laughs from people that bomb. You know, I mean, the
awkwardness,
awkwardness, and you're like, I mean, you film for that person, but on the same token, you're like, oh, they got it too. Okay.
I mean, were you there? I think it was last week or the week before. There was just one. There was one couple that was quote unquote normies, or civilians. and it was a skinny white dude, and like a girl that was gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
And every single comic was making like comments about like, hey, you're hooking up with a Kardashian or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here like all night, everybody zoned in on this one couple and made jokes about it in a nice way. They weren't punching down.
Yeah.
They were being very thoughtful and stuff because we were like, we're appreciating that people are coming to watch open mic on a Tuesday.
Yeah. I mean, every time, like I go back and forth between Tuesday or Wednesday, depending upon which day. And I notice that not only the comics, but the audience, the more folks that are there, the bigger and better and happier reaction you see from those folks. I mean, those folks in the audience, because let's face it, laughter begets laughter. And when this person gets it over here and they're starting to laugh, it almost opens up your mind a little bit. What did I miss?
Yep.
Oh, and then there's another round of laughter. Now everybody's having a good time.
Yeah.
And the comic's having a good time.
It's infectious.
So on and so forth. Yeah, it's great. I have to say, out of all the rooms in the Tulsa area anyway, by far Bricktown for me is my favorite.
Yeah, same. I've really enjoyed what they've been doing lately, and it's just been a nice vibe to really just go out there. And because for me personally, like you noticed it today, it's about an hour drive or so.
Yeah.
I'm doing that multiple times a week to these mics. And so like, not to say like I have to say it's worth it or not, but like it kind of is for me to, do the gas and the time of being like, I got to make sure that if I just devote the time and the gas to go to that mic, I'm actually going to get valuable mic time.
Yes.
And some of these, like, I'm not disparaging or like that, but there's other mics in town that are like at a hole in the wall bar or something like that.
Yeah.
I could do my same set and I may not get any feedback. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm actually getting anything constructive out of this time.
And that's what I found too. And like a year ago when I first started, I was like, oh, I got to hit every spot in town, and I was hitting, dive bars and so on and so forth, and I'm doing my set and a guy's calling on Jesus, right in front of me. And I'm like, what? Or, they're just so busy in their little get together that it could, they
could care less about the open mic that's there. Yeah.
So I started trying to consciously go, okay, where can I go that I'm going to get, one, positive feedback, two, a professional atmosphere for this genre. And that's one of the things that I really admire about the Bricktown staff. They're very professional.
Yeah. Look,
we're going to give you this time. We're going to do this. Look, yada, yada, yada. And I find others, some of them, I don't know what the background, I kind of get it, when they start restricting you on what you can say and what words and what subjects you can cover. And that to me is like, well,
what are we doing here?
This
This episode of Unloading Meat is not brought to you by your favorite language learning app such as Duolingo, but it could be. It really could be. Guys, Duolingo is amazing, and if you don't take your lessons, nothing will happen to my family, right? Duolingo, please. Guys, please use the app, please. I miss my kids. I miss my kids. Because also, like, we're all mischievous. We're all comics. We all have a bit of, like, there's got to be something, I don't want to say broken or egotistical in our minds, but there has to be for us to purposely get on stage and be like, look at me for 5 minutes.
Yes.
There's just something in us, in all of us.
Yeah.
So, like, when I hear someone being like, okay, no rape jokes. Well, for 5 minutes, I'm going to think of only how to do the most cleverest rape joke I possibly can.
Exactly.
Just to spite your ass.
Yes.
Because that's all of it implanted in my mind, and I can't help it. I've had I've had mics, people go up to, okay, this is a safe mic. We don't do any roasting.
Oh, yeah.
Well, guess what I'm doing to the entire crowd this whole fucking night? I'm going to roast the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
Because I like to roast.
Yeah, and there was I actually had that kind of happen, and it was another comic that, because I was fresh getting in, and it was my first time hosting.
Yeah.
And he's sitting down, don't be roasting nobody and whatever. And I thought to myself, well, okay, I get it, but these folks that were coming on stage gave me no other choice but to roast them because they were doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
And I think as a comic, it's almost a disservice for me not to point that out.
Well, it's the literary device of Chekhov's gun.
Yeah.
If it's there, right there for the audience to see it, and like we're waiting in anticipation for it to be used. If it doesn't get used, we're like, it's a letdown.
Yes.
The simplest one I tell every new mic, like open micer coming, move the fucking mic stand.
Oh, yeah.
The mic stand itself is a Chekhov's gun.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're battling for attention and stuff like that. But if you're also not, if it's right next to beside you, we think you're intentionally doing it. So we're waiting for you to use it. And for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, if you don't use it, we're like, oh.
Who's the other guy up
there?
You know,
but it's just like simple things like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't know. There's crazy shit like that. I'll have to go into this.
I've learned a lot over the past year, especially with stage presence and just talking into the mic.
Yeah.
And then I guess my biggest pet peeve, because I did it for probably the first 4 weeks of hitting spots every night, as running over.
Yeah.
And to me, that's a pet peeve of mine, because I actually started to get this reputation. You know, I'd walk into a club and they're like, 5 minutes, man.
Yeah.
5 minutes. And, but the fact that I'm a somewhat of a storyteller.
Yeah.
It's hard to get that in a 5-minute deal.
Oh God, yes it is.
So I rewrite. And then if I'm lucky enough to get a feature or whatever, then I'm able to take 3 or 4 of these kind of relatable stories and then meld them into one.
Yeah.
To give myself a good 15 minutes or whatever it might take.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's honestly where I felt like this has kind of been like a cheat code a little bit over the last couple of years. Like, yeah, it's not a 1-for-1 for stage time, but it's kind of a close second as far as like, if I'm talking to somebody, we're riffing, having a good time, and I try something out or we have a good story, I'm like, yeah, that'd probably work on stage the way it's vibing right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because like comedian to comedian, we're already in a kind of like a cadence, or we're naturally trying to look for that joke, and we're talking in a way that is similar to what we do on stage sometimes.
Exactly.
So like a lot of this really helps with stage time.
Yes. As a matter of fact, it's funny because there will be times that I'll be talking to my mother on the phone, just talking. As a matter of fact, the Braille thing, I was talking to her about that, and it never really clicked in my head right away, except for she just died laughing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that is funny.
Yeah.
But in regular conversations between you and I, just doing this.
Yeah.
I think comics just think this way. There's always an edge.
Yeah.
There's always some way to turn the conversation or look at a word differently or a phrase differently.
What's the angle?
Yeah. But to me, that's the... I don't know. That's the challenging part, and that's the part I enjoy when I'm writing. Is how can I turn this around?
Yeah.
Or what's so ridiculous about this particular situation? You know.
I mean, I will say, like, not that I'm disparaging age or anything like that. I don't want to say I'm like a newer age comic or anything like that, but I've really learned to rely on like technology a lot when it comes to like Google Notes.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm sure you have it all the time where you're like, that was funny, I should write that down.
Oh yeah.
I have like Android Auto in my car and stuff like that. So like I've gotten naturally to where I can like hit one button and I can like just voice to text a message real quick, and I just save it in a notepad, save it in a notepad, and then when I'm going for a set, I just go to that notepad and there's all those things I talked about. Like, will that work? Will that work? Will that work? You know, I just kind of jot it together.
See, I need to figure that out. My old ass is like,
it helps so much.
Technology to me is like, I mean, I just learned how to edit my sets when I record them. I was putting that and people walking by and yada yada, and then I got people that would look at them and they would call me and go, "Hey, man, what was that dude doing on stage when they were talking about what?" And then, so I ended up calling my son, and I said, "Hey, man, how do I edit this shit?" And he was like, "Oh, Dad, Jesus Christ, you do blah, blah, blah." And it's like, "Oh, okay." So technology is something that I am really trying to open myself up into and try to do, because you're right. If I'm not carrying my book, it's not getting written down.
I had several books over here, and all of a sudden I was like, I got to do it a more productive way, because I'll be driving. I'm like, I have to stop.
Oh, yeah. I'll
Sometimes you
see
just think of
something on
something.
the street, you know. I saw a guy, he was panhandling, and he's got his son, and I mean, he looks like a healthy dude, whatever. And then he walks across the street, and he gets into a Mercedes to drive off. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, I need to write this down. And, but yeah, I've got to open myself.
There's something I threw on this morning. Oh, yeah. So, like, during the day, this happened yesterday, actually. Like, my day job, I Grubhub.
Oh, okay.
So, like, not even DoorDash, Grubhub.
Okay, yeah.
Because I found out in my small town that, like, everybody DoorDashes here.
Yeah.
But are only, like, 3 people Grubhub.
Oh.
So, it's such a small market that basically they pay me just an hourly rate every day to be on call.
Oh, okay.
So I might take like 1 order a day, and I get paid $11 an hour just to sit here and play games or do my editing,
yeah.
and just like, it's a nice side hustle.
Hell yeah.
Well, yesterday I had to drive to Barnsdall for an order, and I get to Barnsdall, and there's a fucking sign when you get to Barnsdall that's like birthplace of Anita Baker and Clark Gable.
I know.
Which one of those is more upset that they're like, I should have got my own fucking sign?
And Clark Gable.
And then it's like, how many people drove by that and like, one, have no idea who Anita Baker is or Clark Gable?
Oh, yeah.
They're more just like, huh, that rhymed.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that sign. I had to go. I used to have a buddy that lived in Barnsdall. And so I'd drive up there. And when I saw it, I asked him, I said, "Are you sure about that?" He was like, "Oh, that's what they say." You know?
Well, like the one thing I thought about was like, how many people drove by that sign in this day and age and just like, that's a fancy way to memorialize someone that died on the highway?
Yeah. Well,
that's their birthplace and they died on the highway.
Ooh.
It's a wonderful life.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
That was a note Grubhubbing yesterday.
Yes. I had a deal the other day. It was my wife was out town, and I hear a knock on the door. I opened the door, and it was 2 Jehovah's Witnesses. And so I'm trying to be polite, and yes, and I'm kind of sick in the head. So as they're talking to me, they introduce themselves. My name's, I think it was Tomas, and the other one was Miguel. And they asked me my name, and in my sick mind, I told them my name was Jesus. And because I've got...
That's one is to do.
I've got 2 religious people here, because I know what the questions are going to be.
Yeah.
And so, and right away.
How do you feel about watchtowers?
I mean, he asked me, he goes, "Well, do you believe in Jesus?" And I said, "Yeah, I do. I am. Therefore, I believe." He didn't get it that quick, but
Mormons don't get jokes all the time. Something about fucking through a sheet really takes the humor out of things.
So I just Oh man, when I heard about that,
it's called soaking.
So that just doesn't even sound right. So the whole time, and they said, "Do you believe in the word of the Lord?" I said, "Yeah, I do. I write, therefore I believe." And so then they just kind of, "Okay, thank you very much. Do you mind if we come by and say hello again?" and all that. And I was like, yeah, but not really.
Yeah.
Not hoping that was not going to come true.
Yeah.
And then the following day, I found myself closing curtains and trying to duck when I see them walking down the street. So, yeah, I'm much to my parents' dismay, I was always a little sacrilegious. So they, I would just do things like that.
That's the way my family is. It was like, I don't know. I was like teenage years.
Mm-hmm.
And like somehow my mother let slip just one, how like there's these like family secrets that like are not like horrible, but like just something like that's never came up in conversation.
Yeah.
But when it happens, you're like, huh?
Yeah.
Like whenever a movie, somebody's like, I didn't know I was adopted. You know what I mean? Like something like that happens.
Yeah.
My mom just like slip of the tongue was like, yeah, you're the only child. We just never got baptized. And like I was like, oh yeah, and she's like, yeah, it kind of explains a lot. Like,
I was gonna say, yeah, that explains some shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's tough for me, or it was tough for me, because I was raised in a very strict religious family, type of stuff. I mean, but as I was growing older and everything, things, again, my mind thinks a little bit differently.
Yeah.
And I remember asking my grandmother, as a Catholic, she was like, you're going to go to confession, right? And I was like, yeah. Well, about 13 or 12 years old, I've been doing this, and I asked her, I was like, why do I go see a priest? And she was like, well, what do you mean you need to talk to the Lord? I said, but at night I talk to the Lord.
Yeah.
By myself. Why do I have to go to confession? And they couldn't never give me a good, solid answer.
Yeah.
So I stopped. So they were like, you don't go. I said, no,
yeah.
I don't go. I talk to him myself. If that is indeed who I believe that I need to talk to, now, since then, I mean, I'm 63 years old now. I look at that whole arena a little bit differently.
Different perspective on it.
Yeah, a whole different perspective.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Like we were raised, I was raised Methodist until like 10ish, 11ish, and then like we moved out to the country to a place called Copan, which is like right on the Kansas border between Oklahoma and Kansas.
Yeah, Copan.
So we're just out in the middle of nowhere in the country, and like around that time, my parents like tried other churches and stuff, but like nothing really clicked.
Mm-hmm.
So like they even tried going back and driving 30 miles every Sunday to go to the church, at our old one, and then eventually just got lazy. We're like, no, we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
And then around that time, like, I mean, I've talked on here, like, I was sexually assaulted as a kid by a friend that was in the church.
Okay.
And, like, dealt with all that fallout because the church tried to cover it up. And, if you tell anybody, me and my mom are not, no one's going to believe you because you're not in our church kind of thing and all that stuff. Like, that was my, following out with all that around that time.
Yeah.
So it kind of lined up around that time where my parents were like, we don't have to go to church anymore. And I was like, good.
Yes.
I'm fine with that. Like, I'm cool.
With that for sure.
Yeah, let's just stay in Copan. I'm fine with all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, going through a traumatic deal would be, that would be tough. My thing was
get in therapy, kids.
My thing was listening to people after church, because going to church was a big thing. Everybody got dressed up, and back then, I mean, you got dressed up to get on an airplane. But
I do miss the food.
Yeah. They used to have
Sunday
some
potlucks and stuff like
potlucks.
that.
Yeah. But I just listened to like my mom and her sisters talk about this bitch over here. Yep. Did you see what she was wearing? Yada yada.
Yeah,
yada.
the what do you call it? The
backbiting.
But not like the irony, but like the what's it called when you're
well, it's very hypocritical.
Yeah.
To sit there.
The hypocrisy.
Yes. The hypocrisy of it is that you just spend an hour listening and trying to grasp some spiritual or uplifting message, but I realized that the entire time you were sitting there checking everybody else out and seeing what they were doing and what they're not doing, and did you see their kids getting up and down and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And I really got to a point where I was just like, fuck that.
Yeah.
It's not what you're telling me I'm supposed to be there for.
Yeah,
okay?
like the cynicism really sets in whenever you see like the hypocrisy like we talked about. Of like, I've seen some of the most quote unquote virtuous or good people do things that are horrific in the name of I'm a Christian or I can get or the people that use it as a get out of jail free card to like, you know, I don't have to get vaccinated because of my religious beliefs, stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like nothing. I mean, if you really have that, by all means, I don't, you know, fuck with anybody else's beliefs. It's just like, or like, I would see people using it as a get out of jail free card, or like a way of just like, I don't have to do this, and I'm like, well, I just lost respect for you.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I don't. If it's right for you,
There's a reason my sister doesn't talk to me.
I've got one. Oh God, she is something else. But yeah, and you see it across the spectrum. And lately, what really cringes me is this. We're supposed to, it's the United States of America.
Yeah.
Separation of church and state. I don't like it when my politicians try to tell me how to live my life.
Yeah.
I get our societal rules, you know, don't kill, don't do this, don't do, you know, normal shit.
Yeah.
But when you start disparaging another person just because of the way they lead their life, first of all, it's none of your fucking business.
Yeah.
Second of all, look at yourself. I mean, the whole thing, it gets me that and I don't care if this goes out or not, but the Christian right that is so far to the right that whatever I do or you do, if it's not in line with them, then you're going to hell and it's wrong. And
the literal holier than thou.
Holier than thou.
Yeah.
It really cracked me up. I noticed it odd right away when Trump was holding the Bible upside down. I was like,
yeah,
are you kidding me?
Yeah. Because it wasn't a Trump Bible.
No.
Yeah.
And then that's the other thing. I'm glad that we didn't put all those Trump Bibles in our schools.
That's one of the. Do you watch South Park at all?
Oh yeah.
The current season of South Park, it's so clever how they like the bunch of cuts. They got rid of the counselors, and it's like in its place, Jesus.
She totally started it! Oh my god, shut up! I did not! She came up to me on my locker with her labubu and started talking shit! You talk shit about my labubus every day, whore!
But it's kind of like a great commentary about what's going on in schools right now.
What's going on in schools? I mean, it's ridiculous. Let's, you know, why don't we spend that money on maybe some security as opposed to,
yeah,
you know,
there's got to be at least a budget that's above Uvalde.
Oh
like,
yeah,
can we just budget above Uvalde? Just one step above.
It's just nuts.
Sidebar: one of the worst. Well, I won't say worst experience. One of the funniest experience I had after I got done with the show. I did a show in where was it? It was in Texas. It was fucking what's it called? It was in some kind of town in Texas, but it was 30 miles north of Uvalde.
Oh wow!
And back like last year, I like had like a good 5 minutes that was all about school shootings.
Oh yeah.
Didn't even know that we were that close to Uvalde, and I was just like,
oh my god. Yeah, I did a bit a while back on school shootings, and I was kind of trying to do research on why and how, and so on and so forth. And I did that bit in a little club in Denver, and I didn't realize I'd forgot about that whole Columbine deal, but it goes into I did some research, and I was trying to find out who has been doing these killings, and because they're coming on all the time, school shooting. So I said, I Googled who's doing these shootings. Since the records.
Yeah.
And I come to find out that since 1964, when they started keeping records of these mass shootings, they had them all broken down, and then I had it broken down by ethnicity and who was doing what.
It's more my demographic.
It's more you guys are killing it.
Yeah,
okay? literally killing it. But I was
I'm queer, so I can say this joke. I take great pride in that.
I was surprised, though, to find that there were no people of color that had committed these, outside of a few Native Americans and a few Asians.
Yeah.
But very few.
Yeah.
And so then I looked into, okay, what's the difference? What's going on? And I came up with the idea and the realization that black people, we beat our kids. And guess what?
Yeah.
They're not doing shit.
Yeah.
And then when we get home as a child and you messed up, they don't send you to your room because that's where you think up shit.
Yeah.
So I did that whole premise.
I'm just sitting here in my head trying to make a Beats by Dre joke.
Oh, yeah. yeah. But it
Beats by Dad.
Beats by Dad. But
Got it.
yeah, it turned out to be a pretty good bit, but I had a lady come up after the show and she said, I think that was kind of insensitive. And I was what? And she was calling by, and I was like, oh.
Well, that's when you know
sorry.
it works, but just not for this crowd.
Yes.
Like
yes.
timing and places and everything. Like,
oh yeah.
I have a joke that I don't pull out in Bricktown. I do it in like in my main. Like if I get booked somewhere, I do it.
Mm-hmm.
But like I say, I'm queer. I say I'm a bisexual. I'm a faggot timeshare.
Okay.
That joke lands every time I say
Yeah.
it. But like I've tried to be PC. Like at Looney Bin, they're like, "Hey, don't say faggot." I'm like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
it's a queer timeshare, and like
Yeah.
it doesn't land as much.
yeah.
And I've had people like 2 white women
Mm-hmm.
come up to me afterwards like, "You lost the crowd when you said faggot," and I'm like, "No, I just lost you, bitch." Like,
Yes.
because that's how I know it worked. Like,
Well, and I did a bit at a bringer show at Bricktown, and it's a whole ancestry.com thing, and in the bit, yeah, I talk about when fixed marriages came about.
Yeah.
And it was in the deep of Africa, and they figured out that if you keep fucking around in the same village, you're going to end up with retards. And I said the joke, and the crowd laughed.
yeah,
But there was one lady that just crossed her arms just like this, and I looked at her, and she kind of whispered, we don't use that word, but she said it out loud. And I stopped in the middle of it, and I said, pardon me?
Yeah.
We don't use that word. And I said, oh, well, I didn't mean to offend anybody because I didn't think I was going to be playing to any retards tonight.
there you go. Yep, lean into it. Yep.
Then the crowd, and then she shut up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like I say, I've said that word in my set, but I one of my early jokes, and I'll bust it out every once in a while. I say like, isn't it kind of weird that like on Twitter or Facebook in this current time, we've kind of come roundabout to where it's okay to say midget again,
Oh, yeah.
but you still can't say the R word.
No.
It's fucking retarded.
Yes, exactly.
go right in.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of...
Now you can toss midget left and right. I thought that was the original problem. We were tossing them left and
right. Now you can go to shows.
yeah.
It always gets me with the words, and the English language to me, it's a fun language. You can use so many things that you can say, and so many double
Entendres and
entendres,
stuff. There's some mics that are like, hey, we don't allow this in this mic, or we don't allow this in this mic.
Yeah.
How are we going to figure out the line or figure out the joke to where it lands and have a safe space for an open mic, which is supposed to be a gym,
Oh, yeah.
without having those boundaries gone?
Yeah.
Because, like, I always go back to, like, Jeselnik. Not that I have any ego to think I'm even near Jeselnik or anything like that.
Yeah.
But Jeselnik on a podcast once was always like, it's not about saying the most fucked up shit in the world.
Yeah.
The trick is getting away with it, doing it in a certain way where, like, someone's like, that's clever, that's funny.
Oh, yeah.
If I don't make you have that reaction,
Yeah.
I didn't pull off the magic trick.
No,
I
and
didn't
that
do
was-
my job well.
Exactly. And I don't know anybody, especially in the class that I'm working with.
Yeah.
People that are 2 years in, 1 year in. I've never met anybody that intentionally went on stage just to insult the audience.
Yeah.
I don't think that's anybody's intention ever, is to just, no, I'm thinking of this in a clever way. I think it's funny. In my head, it works this way. If you do, great. If you don't.
Well, I will say, I will break it down a little bit better, or a little bit more of a split.
Mm-hmm.
I would say a good 60% of the people up there that go to an open mic are like, hey, I am at least trying to make you laugh or trying to do something funny and do something.
Yeah.
The other 40% are like, I could not get into therapy this week.
Exactly.
I need to vent. You're going to listen for 4 minutes.
That's, yeah.
We have that this every scene.
We do. And we do. I mean, there's several that come to mind that I go, wow, you really do need therapy.
But like for the most part, you're right. There are people that are like not going out of their way. They're punched down or do anything that's malicious or anything. They're just trying to work on their craft and be like, hey, I'm trying to be funny. This is what I thought was funny.
Yes. Yeah.
That's as far as they took it.
Yeah. And on that same token, I like the fact that in an open mic, if you don't get a response, well, it's not
for a reason.
Yeah, it's not. So go back and think about that. You know, why didn't that come across?
Yeah.
And I mean, I've had those moments of like bombed totally and going, man, that was really funny yesterday.
Yeah.
And then I go back and I look at it and I go, oh yeah, that was pretty fucked up. I need to change that up.
Or like, I mean, again, be organic and, you know, you're very good at it of like seeing something in the crowd or seeing like somebody do something above or before you and commenting on it on your set.
I like to do that.
I like to do that too. But like, I think that's a thing that's like a natural thing that I think everybody should develop because it's like the elephant in the room kind of thing.
Yes.
The Chekhov's gun.
Yes.
If somebody did like a bunch of Aussie jokes, you know, for dying and stuff, and like you have in your set, most of my stuff's Aussie. Well, maybe I need to do some adjustments.
Yeah.
Because this is not going to go as well as I think. Because something happened.
Yeah, exactly. Because I remember there was one particular night that it was funny. Everybody that was going up was doing a funeral joke. And I had a funeral joke that night.
Yeah.
And so I switched it up a little bit and I pulled a little bit of this guy's joke and then throw mine together.
Yeah.
But again, it showed me, you know, comics do think, for the most part, a whole lot alike. They just took different takes on different deals.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that it's a good workout space. That's just what it.
And that's why I keep going back to like places like Bricktown, where it's more open. It's like, hey, you can let people crash and bomb or say whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
And you know, let them learn. Like,
You
know, we got to be able to bomb. We got to be able to crash and figure out
yeah.
what doesn't work, what does work.
Oh, and I mean, and if you're not open enough to say, hey, that didn't work, let me try something else, then maybe you should really try something else. Because
I wish I had the confidence of the people that do 5 minutes to dead silence and get off and like, whoa, that was fucking fantastic, man.
I killed.
Yeah. They're out there smoking weed outside. Like, man, that was a fucking best set. Did you remember that spot happened? I'm like,
yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I've actually talked to some of those people. Like I've seen them over the year that I've been running around, and I'll notice that their writing's getting better.
Yeah.
And I've actually made the comment. I don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Because of the response that I got. I came back and I told this one comic, hey man, your writing is really turning around. And he looked at me like, all my shit before was fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I'm like, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But
well, like I'll shout him out. Last week, Spencer Mills hosted, and he stayed out afterwards, and like we just had a good chat afterwards outside.
Yeah.
And like he was very constructive about feedback and stuff like that, and I loved it. Like,
yeah,
I like being around quote unquote peers.
Yes.
And being like, hey, what did work? What didn't work?
Yeah.
And being actually honest about that kind of stuff in a fun way. We're all smoking and having a good time.
Yeah.
We're not punching down. We're not, hey, you fucking suck.
You suck. Yeah, no. I also, and which is weird, I think it's mostly because I'm older, that I get a lot of new comics coming up to me and saying, hey, asking for advice and that type of thing. And I go, I don't have a fucking clue, dude.
Yeah.
I just got up there and did my shit, you know? And sometimes that shit works, sometimes that shit don't work.
Well, I think there's a majority, like, not majority, but I think that there's, I don't say divide, but there is a thing in, I want to assume it's in every comedy community, but specifically in ours, Tulsa, of there's a certain section of people that are like, hey, I'm going to go do these mics. I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to get my time in, and I want constructive peer criticism. I want to actually learn and get developed, and I want us to treat this like a business.
Yes.
Or a career.
Yes.
Then there's people that are like, hey, I just got off work at 5 o'clock. Let's go chat with the buddies, get a beer, and let's just go tell some jokes after work.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
But it's a completely different mindset and way of doing things, and the people are trying to take it seriously, and they clash.
Yes, they do.
They clash a lot.
Yes, they do. And
especially when you have like 20-something group of people that want to hang out after work, and they're like, that's not PC, or that's not woke.
Yeah.
And other people are like, well, get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. If you don't want to hear that shit, then
yeah, like that's the common thing we have a lot of times in this issues that you come up in our scene and stuff, like quote unquote.
Yeah,
is that dichotomy kind of clashes a lot of times.
It does, and I find myself clashing with that because I am of the mindset of, when I go out there, whether it be an open mic or a bringer show or a feature, when I go out there, I want to be professional about it. I'm not. You'll notice I'm one of those that I never bring my notes on because I'm always trying to use that space in a different way.
Yeah.
I have brought my notes on, and because it was part of the bit.
You do have a vibe about you. When you get on stage, it sets a vibe. It sets a tone. Like there's a good tone shift whenever you come up on stage, no matter what. And I can tell it's intentional.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Like no matter what the tone is, no matter if they're hype, if they're quiet, no matter what, you seem to take a page of like, slow it down.
Yeah.
Focus on me.
Yeah.
And it's intentional. Like I notice as soon as you walk on stage.
Yeah.
It's just like everybody's like.
I thank you for that.
That's a good talent to have.
Because that's something that I do intentionally, because one of the things that I do is I watch a lot of interviews with people in the industry that have really made it and so on and so forth. And I might listen to an entire podcast and I'll get one little snippet and try to incorporate that into my comic personality. Because a lot of times I know as well that the way I look has a big reference or a big input or impression on what I can and what I cannot say.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they'll look at me and they go, "Oh, this is an older dude. Why is he talking about fucking?"
Yeah.
And in a lot of arenas or in a lot of cases, that's what I needed for you to go look up and go, what the fuck did this old man just say?
The juxtaposition or the clashing of it. Yeah.
So no, I appreciate that. And just to throw it back a little bit, I notice when you come on stage, you have that same kind of, I'm here.
Yeah, I try to wake people up.
Yeah, you do. And
not that we're just like self-jerking each other off.
No.
Then of course is the double Dutch rudder, which I grab my dick, you grab your dick, you work my arm, I work your arm, same time. It's like jerking off together, but not gay.
But different. And I noticed this about that. That comes back to what we were talking about as far as the two different types of comedians.
Yeah.
The guy that just wants to go out and joke, and the guy that wants to learn and really loves this business and can't wait for that adulation.
You can tell the love.
You can tell
the just the appreciation.
Yes, the appreciation. And there's a big difference in that. Yeah, there are there are certain people, and I notice it even in some open mics I've had. I've come off stage and they're trying to make a joke about something I said or whatever, but it's more of a punch down kind of, that old man doesn't know nothing or something like that. And I let it just brush past me. I mean,
it's not worth your time.
It's not worth my time or my energy.
No, I hate the people that go the other way that won't give people their flowers.
Oh, yeah.
I am a big proponent of like, I have a lot of hangouts with like people like I was a big Power Ranger guy back in the day.
Oh yeah.
One of my big heroes was the Green Ranger, and I have a big regret of during COVID he came to Tulsa.
Oh.
I was too chicken to go out because my anxiety and stuff, and then he died.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So one of my big regrets is not meeting him. So like I try to give people their flowers, especially when they're alive and stuff.
Yes.
So like I can't stand when in the scene somebody gets booked for a show, even if it's like Blue Whale or something like that.
Yeah.
So there's people that have opinions about that or something like that, and they're like they want to give them their flowers of saying congrats, you got booked on a cool show.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Be proud of everybody.
Yeah.
If they got booked, even if you don't, necessarily agree with them, be happy for them.
Be happy for them at least.
Like fuck, there's more than enough good to go around.
Yeah, and
I can't stand that kind of shit.
I don't like, and I don't want to go down a whole path, but I can't stand comics that just think they're better than they actually are. Because I mean, I'll be honest, I'd never think that I'm the best one out there.
Yeah,
I never do, and I never have. I've never thought. I've always strived to be the best one out there.
Yeah,
but not to take anything away from anybody else.
Yeah,
and on the same token, I've always made sure that to give those people those flowers, even if I had a really great set, lots of laughs, so on and so forth, then I might be getting a high five here and there, and then one of those guys or girls is walking by, and I always reach out to them and say, hey, great set.
Yeah.
Or that one bit was really, really funny.
Yeah.
And bringing it back to Bricktown, that's one of the things that I find at least the staff do.
Yeah.
Whenever I walk in there, they're always, hey, that was good.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, I caught that one, but it went a little flat, didn't it?
But it also helps that Tyler, the assistant manager there, is a comic.
Yes.
He here has an ear for it.
Yes.
And he's really good.
Yes.
Like Tyler, you're good.
Like, yes, he is. He's really, really good.
And he'll get in the lineup too and try to. He's working on his craft.
Working on his craft.
Like I appreciate that.
Yeah. But you can tell though the difference.
I look at it as being a bisexual guy. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure guys that are better at handling a dick than a woman is. I'm pretty sure lesbians will probably agree with me. Chicks eat pussy better than dudes.
Better than dudes. Yeah.
They have the right equipment. They're kind of used to it. They're like, okay, I know how this works. I was raised on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of have a better understanding. Somebody that came in around 14, 15, or 9 if it wasn't consensual.
Yeah. Well,
that's something to do.
There's that.
But you know what I mean? I look at that like, hey, if I want to run a comic or a comedy, venue, it'd be kind of nice to have a comic on staff.
Oh yeah. No, and you can definitely tell the difference because, I've done the Looney Bin a couple of times, and I've actually done 2 features there, and I just. They didn't get it, You've got, it's one thing to be a manager and running the place and so on and so forth, and that's one of the things that the restrictions that they put on people, that's the one reason why I actually stopped going there that much. But to be able to appreciate what that comic's doing on stage, you have to, at least from a management standpoint, have some comedic chops, to understand exactly what's going on out there.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. Like with Tyler, he will mention, "Oh, it's this type of crowd tonight. Did you notice that?"
Yeah.
He'll
point out when the normies are there. When there's non-comics there, he'll point them out in the crowd. Like, hey, they're this table, they're this table, this table.
Yeah.
We purposely put them in a good spot in the spotlight where you can see them.
Yeah.
Because spoiler alert, boys and girls, a lot of times when we get on stage, we can't see shit.
No.
There's just lights in our faces. We can't even see the faces of people.
Can't even see the faces. And we're just, staring out into the abyss going, hope this lands.
The only reason most people know that I'm there in the crowd is because I have a fucking, distinctive laugh.
Yeah.
I have a very, I don't say I go out of my way to laugh people. I don't give people fake laugh.
Oh, no,
but, I have a very generous laugh where, I'm at an open mic. I'm there to have fun.
Yeah.
I'm there to be supportive. So I'm more in the general mindset of, I'm trying to be more, this is funny.
Yes.
I'm more open.
I want each one to go up and and be funny.
Yeah.
I do. I really want them to be funny. It's fun. It's funny in all different types of ways because some of those guys get up there and I don't understand a fucking word that's coming out of their mouth.
No.
For 4 minutes, just and I want to laugh, but I don't know. And then I've gotten the question. So how was that? And I'm like, I have no fucking idea, dude.
Well, it's like there's that one guy, I don't even remember his name, but like basically he's like, if you watch King of the Hill, it's like if Dale Gribble talked like Boomhauer.
Oh yeah.
Because you know he's on like every watch list ever.
Yes.
Because he walks up on stage with sunglasses and then he takes those sunglasses off to put other sunglasses on, and you're just like, well, that was a choice.
Yeah.
The guy's like,
and I'm just like, oh. Okay.
Which I think he's now starting to get it.
I think so.
I think he's starting to know that's a gimmick, and it's like I can lean on the.
Yeah, and I mentioned to him that particular guy. He was like, "Well, why'd they rush me off?" And I was like, "They didn't rush you off. It was your time."
Yeah.
The light was really going, man. And there were other people now in the audience showing their light as well.
Yeah.
It was that time, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't even know that there was a." I was like, yeah.
That's when you know it's a moment. Whenever the micer goes up there and it's like, I didn't even know that there was a 5 minute. Or there was a time limit.
Time limit? Oh boy! I thought I was just gonna do a special here.
I thought this was just filibuster hour. Like,
yeah, but that guy there. And there's some other kind of gimmick kind of comics that, I mean,
that's gonna happen at every place.
That's what it is.
It's a melting pot of all these different mental
yeah.
health issues.
Oh boy, yeah.
But I will say, if you've never gone to an open mic or you have no interest in being a comedian or anything, still, if you're bored on a night and you see an open mic, go to it. It's entertaining no matter what.
I tell you what, yeah, I will ditto that. And I have actually gone to open mics just to go to an open mic.
Yeah.
Not get on stage, nothing. It amazes you what you might see out there. And it'll also amaze you what you might see out there.
Well, the best way I put it is like going to an Oklahoma open mic. Going to an Oklahoma open mic is basically the equivalent of like having a beer and getting on that like People of Walmart website.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna crack one open and be like bewildered at what you see, but also entertained.
Entertained, just a tad. I can't look away. I just gotta okay. But it is a good time. Come out, have a couple drinks, listen to some people, and sometimes it's actually fun to watch some of us bomb.
Yeah.
That can be pretty entertaining.
But it's also fun to watch the not the repetition, but like the growth.
Oh yeah, the growth.
To watch people try the same jokes or try it a different way the next week and the next week, and watching it them get better and better and better.
And here's a thing that I've noticed, and I've actually had a couple of people do this. You know, I would do a set, and they ask me, "Hey, when are you going to do this again?" And I say, "Next week. It'll be next week."
Yeah.
And I go back, and oh no, there's that person again.
Yeah.
And then they call a friend, and I've actually had little groups come together and go, "Hey, we really liked your set on your dad," and I told my mom about it. She's going to come next week, and so on and so forth. So, I mean, it's a good place to get together, kind of have a talk, have a couple of drinks, hopefully get some pretty good laughs.
Yeah.
And I'll put it this way:
whether intentionally or just laughing
or
at
just laughing
the bombing
at the whole ridiculousness of it. But I will say this: that I have not been to an open mic that I did not get at least a good laugh on several sets.
Yeah.
I trudged through some rough ones, but
yes, we have.
But it's worth it. It's truly worth it to come out and check it out. And then it's even cooler when you see that comic improving and getting bigger spots and bigger spots.
And getting that win, and getting those
wins. Yeah. It's so gratifying, me as an audience member, to watch that comic, succeed.
But also, like, there's something about, like, like, again, giving people their flowers. I like watching my peers succeed. I don't try to get jealous or anything like that. Or like, oh, it should have been me or anything like that. No. I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's something to inspire.
Yes. Yeah.
That's something to aspire to.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, they did it. Oh, cool. That gives me more fuel. Like, I can keep going.
I can keep going, and I know how I can tweak this or that to make it work a little bit. I saw what he did there.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Yeah.
And I mean, as far as I'm concerned, myself, I'm stuck. I just have to keep going back.
Yeah.
I just have to. It's one of those things I found in life that gives me joy.
Yeah. Same here. Like, you talked about, like, post-retirement, like, trying to figure out what to do and everything. Like, it's weird for me. Like, I've talked on here, like, around, like, COVID time, I had my second divorce. And also, like, when, like, the Biden stimulus money came in and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I was one of those people that, like, didn't just go buy a whole bunch of shit. I paid off my house, paid off my car.
Yeah.
And then, like, post that second divorce, getting out of COVID, I was like, I'm 35. I have my house, my car paid off.
Yeah.
I have my 2 kids, but as long as I keep my bills low, I can kind of go out for my dream and just do whatever the fuck I want and just be safe.
Exactly.
And so that's what I've been doing the last 2 years. I've just been like, I'm going to give this comedy thing a shot because what else am I going to do?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't find anything else that gives me as much satisfaction.
Yeah.
I love to golf. I'm a golfer. I love doing that. But it doesn't give me that automatic feedback of, it could be one person in the audience just crack up and they've made my day.
Yeah.
And hopefully by me making them laugh, I've made their day as well.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's my whole goal. I want you to leave going, that guy actually did something, and he actually did something for me.
Yeah.
He put that together. He took his time to put that set together so that I could have a good time.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of where I come from whenever I actually do roast jokes or crowd participation jokes that are quote unquote roasty. I'm not technically punching down. I look at it from the point of view, like, I always write like at least one host roast joke whenever I'm getting ready to do a set.
Yeah.
Because my point of view is like, I want the host to be, if they're going through 30 names and like, up next, this person, this, I want them at least at once that night be like, huh, that was cool. They wrote that for me.
Yeah.
They took their time out of their way to say, hey, I appreciate you. I wrote something for you.
Yeah,
That's what I try to do and like at least communicate.
Yeah.
So if I do that to a crowd work, if I hear something along the way, a comic do something, I'm like, oh, I'm going to comment on that.
Oh, yeah.
That's my way of not trying to like steal your thunder. It's more like, hey, I appreciate what you said.
Yeah.
I'm going to comment on that.
Did you hear that? We're going to give you a second laugh.
Yes. That's exactly how I look at it. Yes. And I hear other people's interpretation of the other way sometimes.
I know.
And I'm like, guys, come on. Don't look at it like half full kind of shit.
No. I really, truly am trying to give that joke a second laugh.
Yeah.
And selfishly, using that joke to get a second laugh, I've already got my first laugh in first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Now, if you follow the science behind it, if I got the first laugh in the first 30 seconds, that just gives me enough juice to get through the next 30 and the next 30.
Well, I mean, you commented on like how I come up to the stage. Like, I have it ingrained in me that, like, not to say like it happens a lot, but sometimes no matter where I am on the card or where I'm at on the list, there's gonna be a lull at some point if you have like 20 people on a list like that.
Yeah.
So like, I take great pride of no matter what, as soon as I walk on stage, my first thought is energy.
Yeah.
I want to wake them the fuck up, no matter even if I bomb.
Yeah.
The next person's gonna have a good set.
Yeah.
Because the crowds have woke up at least a little bit.
Yeah.
So like everything I do when I first 10 seconds, it's like, what's everybody doing tonight? Wake them up, or I'm doing crowd work.
See, and that's the thing.
And I just try to do that.
When I first started going, I ended up a lot of times at the beginning of the ticket, beginning.
Yeah.
Then I saw myself starting to slide further and further down the list. And I was talking to my wife, and I said, hey, I'm starting to slide further down the list. And she goes, ooh, is that bad? And I said, no, this is good.
Yeah.
The further down the list I find myself, that means that whoever's doing that list knows that there's going to be a lull, and I might be the guy to bring it back up. And that's, to me, is like, oh, yeah, I'd much rather do that than...
I've said it on this show, like, it's the stupidest fucking line, but like, you ever watch the movie Too Fast, Too Furious?
Oh, yeah.
The beginning of that stupid fucking movie is like there's a street race, right? And Ludacris is putting on a street race in Miami.
Yeah.
And some racer didn't show up, and at the last minute, they're like, hold on, I got a guy I can call. And he calls in Paul Walker.
Exactly.
I want to be fucking Paul Walker.
Exactly.
I want to be like a comedy show. Something happens. They're like, wait, I can give JRA a call real quick. And we got, no matter what, if I call JRA, he'll handle it.
Yeah.
It'll be done. It'll be effective. I want to be that guy.
Me too.
I want to have that reputation. And I'm not there yet, but I want to get there.
No, and that's what I'm working on. I want to be that guy that they can say, hey,
the reliable hand.
Yeah,
I want to be like in wrestling and pro wrestling, especially in Japanese wrestling, they call it the ace.
Yeah.
You're the ace of pro wrestling. You're the person, no matter what, you're the reliable hand. Put this show on the back. No matter what happens, they're going to make it get through to the end.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I want to be a big star or anything like that. What I'm saying is that I want to have the reputation that they can call on me no matter what, and they know that at least I'm going to have a pretty decent set.
Yeah.
And if I have that reputation to be able to think on my feet, that's another thing that I personally do. I dress a certain way when I go on stage, whether it be an open mic or whatever. That's my persona. Now, different people dress different ways. That's their persona. But once I established that as my persona, my stage persona, I want to keep that professional and consistent. And that way, management and bookers can see, you know what? He comes out every time, pretty professional, so on and so forth. But that's what I'm working on. I mean, and it
comes with time. But I also think that me and you, there's a perspective difference of that, of like, I don't want to quote unquote get famous from this either. I'm not looking to be like the next fucking Chris Rock or anything like that.
Yeah.
If this ends up paying the bills or ends up being where it's something I can do successfully enough to live comfortably and still take care of my girls and do this on the weekend, that's all I really want. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm already I get to do whatever I want basically and do this and grow this.
Yeah.
But kind of do it on my own terms.
The only thing that I want to do more of outside of, more time. Yeah. Of course, every comic wants more time. More time, more specials, that type of thing is I want to be able to do a little more acting. I enjoy it. But again, I'm retired. I can do it.
Yeah.
And when I say I don't look to become famous or anything like that, I'm being realistic.
Yeah.
I'm a 63-year-old man starting in comedy.
Yeah.
Takes most people 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
15, 20 years from now, y'all be looking at my gravestone. But,
It'll be an LED board.
Yeah. No doubt. Especially with the life that I've led. So everything.
It'll just be a neon sign.
No, Harry, no! Don't look at the light! I can't help it. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, for me, everything after 30 was bonus years because I rode pretty hard. So I'm just enjoying it now.
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying it.
I mean, that's a good way to look at it, man. I will say, man, giving you your flowers. It's a pure joy just to watch you on stage.
No, I really appreciate that. I have the same admiration, and like we were talking about a little bit earlier, I talk about the class of 2024.
Yeah, like all our peers in this kind of scene, this area. Yeah,
same arena. I can count the ones that I see. There's probably about 5 that I see, and you being one of those.
Oh, thank you.
That are going to be that person we were talking about. They're going to be that anchor that this industry at this level is looking for. And I don't mean at this level, but at that next level.
Yeah.
In other words,
I appreciate that. I don't, again, I have no ego about when I do production here or like that, or even my comedy or like that. But I do have, I don't want to say ego, but I have confidence in my abilities. What I've learned, I've learned in editing and production value and stuff like that. To where I can confidently say that I know what level of quality I can put out.
Yeah.
And what people could actually touch.
Well,
in this area or something like that. That's not ego, that's just confidence in what I've built.
Yeah.
And I equate that to I don't have to like be like, oh, it's number one or anything like that. I don't have to do that. I just have confidence in myself of like every day I try to just put out the best thing I could possibly put out.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm only competing against myself.
Yes. I mean, there's a lot of times that I'll step back and go, no, I'm not going on stage because it just doesn't feel right.
Yes.
And I am not going to punish you with my gibberish or half-assed joke.
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste your time with that. I'm going to get up there and I'm going to give you something that I believe in.
Yeah. Because that's something that I've cognizantly tried to like learn lately, or not lately, but like just try to be cognizant about is stage presence, like everything as far as like, yes, I can write witty jokes, I can write good humor, I can write a clever line, but the delivery, the performance, the overall act of everything as one package.
Yes.
As for this time, here is the act of Jared Ralphie Allen.
Yeah.
Getting that mindset of everything I'm doing on stage, where I'm moving, when I'm moving, talking, all of it feeds to that one overall act, and that's where I'm trying to get that just have that mindset more.
Yeah.
Of being more overarching of like, okay, this is present of where I'm moving while I'm moving and stuff like that. And it's hard.
Yeah, and I had to change the way I looked at the whole aspect of going on stage. This is my 4-minute show.
Yeah.
This is my 4-minute show. And if I don't put the time and the thought into it, what am I doing it for?
Yeah.
I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me. As a matter of fact, I am and was very flattered that you even asked me up here. I was like, why would he want to talk to my old dad?
But I'll lay it out fully, absolutely simple for you. I appreciate people doing the work.
Yeah.
You told me that you could see like on a handful of people, like people that like are going to be the change or be the anchors and that stuff.
Yeah.
I see that with you. I see people like that are week in, week out doing the grind, not being an asshole for one, but also being receptive to being like, hey, I'm trying to learn. I'm doing my craft, but also I'm trying to be open to learning and like getting stuff. Like that's who I want to talk to here.
Okay. Well,
because I want to show a spotlight on that.
Yeah.
Rather than, I told this story before on this show. I've had people on here like, oh, you shouldn't have so-and-so on this podcast because they haven't been in the scene long enough.
Oh, okay.
You should have this person on the podcast because they've been in the scene for 5 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, what the fuck have they done in 5 years?
Yeah, exactly.
And also, are they an asshole?
Yes.
Like those two questions are what I basically ask myself.
No, and I appreciate that because that that even makes me feel better that I fit into that category.
Well, yeah. I mean,
of
like
folks, because you never know. I mean, we're human, and we don't know how other people perceive us 100%.
Sure.
Yeah. Laughter, some of the feedback that we get and everything, but we all have a view of everybody overall.
Yeah.
And it's funny, especially in our community, the community at this level, the egos that should not be there.
Yes.
You know, I really try to check my ego at the house, for that matter. I know where I'm at. I know that I've only been doing this a year.
Yeah.
I know that there's a lot to learn, but I also take pride in the times that I've done really good.
Yeah.
You know, it makes you stand up and go, okay.
Humility and confidence are not mutually exclusive.
No.
And
No.
It baffles me when people can't comprehend that.
Yeah, I know.
If I look weak, it's somehow bad. Like if I apologize, or if I admit that I've had a fault, I somehow look weak.
Yeah.
No, you're human.
No, you're human. You're human. We all do it.
Yeah.
We're
and the trick is to make it funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Putting it this way, like if I see somebody on stage like you, for example, I've seen you enough times where like I'm like, there's a mind behind that.
I appreciate.
I want to talk to that.
Yeah.
I think because like in my brain, if I'm in the audience and I'm watching somebody a couple times and I kind of have that epiphany moment, I'm like, that'd probably be a fun conversation on Unloading Meat.
Oh yeah.
And that's all it takes.
Yeah.
If I have that epiphany moment where I'm like, that'd probably be a funny conversation.
Well, I really appreciate that.
Because I want to spotlight you. I want to help.
Because I do the same thing with. I mean, not in this arena. I mean, but when I see comics like I've come up to you at the club.
Yeah.
Hey man, that was great.
Yeah.
Such and such. Laugh. Truly laugh at what you're saying on stage. I mean, and I do. I truly laugh.
I think our first bonding moment was when I made a joke about your name, Uncle Rico.
Yeah, I think so.
I was like, that's two things where you hear Uncle, you're like, oh, Uncle. Then Rico, you're like, oh.
Yeah. But Roscoe, you, Tyler, to name a few that I truly enjoy having a conversation with, whether it be a short snippet of whatever, or even, hey, I was thinking about doing something political. Well, go for it, but you know how they are, and that feedback to me is like, oh, okay,
yeah,
cool. Maybe I won't do that, that joke, or maybe I will do that joke just to see what happens.
Yeah.
And that's the one transition that I've made for myself, is I tell jokes or short stories not only to entertain the audience, but also to entertain myself.
Mm-hmm.
And when I can entertain myself on stage, it's golden.
Yeah.
It's
because it reads.
Yeah.
The audience gets it. You're having fun up there. It's infectious. Like it reads through the audience.
It reads. Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to talk about this on there. It might be cut. I don't care.
Okay.
After a while of doing this, again, no ego about jealousy or anything like that, or like no ego about what I built or anything.
Yeah.
I can tell when other comics though have something against it.
Oh yeah.
And the number one way I tell is when they announce me on stage.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Because if I know, I can tell if they have an issue because they're like, he's got a good podcast coming up. They've tended to start labeling me as a podcaster and not a comic.
Yeah.
Because I'm putting so much effort into this, it's like he's not really one of us.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
I've noticed that.
I've had that a lot.
Certain ones. And, on that same token, though, I've noticed since I've been coming up, I get announced differently. I know, in the beginning, it was like, this next comic is Uncle Rico.
Yeah.
And then after 6 months or so, not only at the Bricktown, but different clubs that I've been around a little bit, they're introducing me more like, okay, this is the coolest guy you'll meet in a while. He's real chill, blah, blah, blah. And they bring you up. And you can tell that they're giving you a few more accolades than they did before.
Yeah.
Now, on the same token, I've seen them hit some people pretty bad.
Yeah.
This next guy coming up, I don't know what he does.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
There's so much of the vibe that gets like it can make or break a mic or anything just based on the host and how they announce people.
Oh yeah.
Music's another big one.
Yeah.
Having go up music helps a lot. It helps set the crowd. It's a good reset between people.
Yeah, I got hit up. I had recorded a mic one night, and they brought me up to short people. And
by Randy Newman?
Yes, by Randy Newman. And
you don't even have a lisp.
Yeah, and I played with it a little bit when I got on stage, short people don't know, okay, cut that shit. And the next morning I got I got a notice from the people, Randy Newman's people, saying that I could not use that to come on stage. And I didn't think about it. I wasn't playing it and everything. I was like, this is the weirdest thing ever.
Well, it's like fucking, I've made it into a thing now, but like, for like 3 weeks, I go up there and fucking Steven would play that damn Peaches song.
Oh, yeah.
And like, I've danced to it enough where I'm like, can we do something else? Like, it's 3 weeks in a row I had to dance to this fucking stripper song.
Yeah.
If you want that shit, you gotta subscribe to my OnlyFans, bitches.
Anymore, I don't even pay attention usually.
There was that one show, I think it was like a bringer show or something like that, where like they spun a wheel and like everybody's going up to Crazy Train by Ozzy.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And I was
yeah,
like, this
yeah.
is not a good idea.
No.
Not everybody has the vibe of Ozzy Osbourne.
No.
And also after like the third person, everybody's like, I'm kind of tired of hearing Crazy Train.
Yes, exactly.
Because it's the go up and the go away music that then
Both
bleeds into the
times,
next person.
person. It's like, what the hell?
And then we had a host that would just every time would be like, this guy's like a really good friend of mine and coming up
Oh
on stage.
yeah.
So it's just this constant
I was just like,
repeat.
This is the exact same. Did they just record this thing? Yeah.
It was like watching a live audience watch that like what's his name, John Mulaney bit about the Salt and Pepper Diner.
Oh yeah.
The fucking the jukebox like 20
kept
times.
going on and on. Yeah. No, those.
Like at a
crack
certain
me
point,
up.
we were all glad Ozzy was dead because we were tired of hearing fucking Crazy Train.
If they play that one more time, yeah.
I'll have no more tears.
There's, but that's the thing too. People that come out, you get to witness some of this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, and you walk away going, "What the? Okay, all right, okay." But no, it's a good time though.
Yeah.
It's a good time every time. But no, thanks for having me up.
Yeah,
I really
man.
appreciate it. And
You're welcome back anytime because I like to say like this is a way to really like build a friendship and actually get to know a person better than 5 minutes at a mic in the dark.
oh yeah.
When we're all trying to work on our sets and we're not really in the mindset
Yeah.
of like, hey, let's have a conversation.
That's what I was telling. I was telling one of the comics, newer comics, he came up and he goes, so I didn't get very many laughs. What happened? I said, well, everybody's working on their shit.
Yeah.
They're thinking, okay, I'm going up next and I've got this shit, or I just got off. Why didn't that work? Or did that work? I said, if you get laughs out of those folks, you've got something.
Yeah.
You've got something, because if you can make somebody laugh that's not really concentrating on whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
that's hold on to it.
Yeah.
And that's part of what we do. I know yourself do. When you come on stage, you have that presence.
This is my time.
This
Focus
is
on me.
Focus on me. Yada yada. And just by sheer being there and personality popping, it makes the human look up, listen, and laugh. And kudos to you for that.
Same to you, man.
No, thank you.
Uncle Rico, where can everybody find you on social media if they want to book you or they want to follow you?
They can follow me on Instagram. It's either Rico Rosendo, and you can get me on Facebook on that. TikTok, it's Uncle Rico, and Instagram, I have two, Uncle Rico and then Rico.
Awesome.
Rosendo. But yeah.
You'll notice where I hit him because he doesn't have a football in the profile photo.
Exactly.
Just a microphone.
Just a mic. Old dude with a beard. So
You can practically hear the stories from the photo.
Yes.
Well, Uncle Rico, this has been an amazing time. I haven't had an amazing chat with you. You're welcome back anytime you want to
Thank
step
you
up in
so
here. Just great conversation, man. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Guys, this has been Unloading Meat. I'm Jared Ralphie Allen. That's Uncle Rico. Peace.
Peace. No, I picked up Uncle Rico's because I'm always the oldest person in the room, and people, younger kids, I mean 20s and so on and so forth, they just kind of picked up and would call me uncle. So I've been Uncle Rico ever since.
Like, do you get tired of the Napoleon Dynamite jokes?
No.
Like, do they ever ask you to throw a football or anything? Like,
Well, sometimes, but no, it's
that's when you figure out you're like, oh, this is not. I'm not uncle. I'm dad. Going back to the days where you didn't use a condom.
Exactly.
I don't